Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of equations and inequalities. This is standard 7.11a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 44 of the 2016 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we need to find the value of x. We have a very simple equation here. 2x plus 2 equals negative 52. And as we can see, there's no f, g, h, or j to choose from. So we're going to have to be really sure that our answer is correct before we bubble it in. So let's talk about how we solve this x. We're obviously not going to just guess and check. Really what we're going to do is we are going to isolate the variable. And we're going to use our order of operations, but we're going to do it in reverse. So we've got these layers here, right? Starting from the bottom, the addition and subtraction is the weakest link of anything that is attached to the variable, the x that we're trying to get to. And then we kind of move up to the multiplication division. If we need to, we can deal with the parentheses and exponents, but typically in 7th grade, we're not going to. It's just going to be the 4 basic operations. So let's look at 2x plus 2 equals negative 52. So you see that there are 2 different operations that are holding x from being isolated here. So we've got a multiplication, right? So I'm going to put a little dot right there just to kind of show that it's 2 times x. And then you've got an addition. And so remember, we go from the bottom up, and the weakest link is going to be this addition. So how we get rid of that addition is we use the inverse operation. So the inverse of addition is subtraction. So instead of a positive 2, we are going to take away 2. So plus 2 minus 2. But in order to make that a balanced equation, we need to do the same thing to both sides. So we're going to subtract 2 from both sides of the equation. Now this is a little tricky, right? So if I got my 0, and I've already got my negative 52 way over here. Remember, subtraction goes to the left. And so if I'm going to go over 1, 2, I'm moving farther away from 0. So now it's negative 54. It's almost like you're adding. When you have a negative and you subtract something, it's kind of like adding. So now I've got negative 54. And I've got my 2 times x, 2x. So I'll just put a little dot there just to show that it's 2 times x. So that is being held on by multiplication. And the opposite, or the inverse of multiplication, is division. So we are going to divide both sides by 2. That cancels itself out. So now we've got x by itself. So I've got negative 54 divided by 2. Let's see, 2 into negative 54. So I'm just not going to worry about the negative. I'll just put it up there. We know it's going to be a negative and a positive make a negative. 2 goes into 54 twice. That's 4. 14. 2 times goes into 14. 7 times. All right, so that looks good. So it's looking like it's negative 27. If we want, since we have to bubble this in, let's be really sure. Let's plug it back in. 2, negative 27, plus 2 equals negative 52. So 2 times negative 57 is negative 54, plus 2 equals negative 52. Yeah, there's my negative 2, my negative 54. If I want to go over 2, 1, 2, remember, this way goes positive. So yeah, that works. All right, so my answer here is negative 27. Need to make sure that I bubble it in correctly. So I've got this little thin column here that's got my decimal. 2 digits to the right, we don't need anything there. 4 digits to the left. So we need to do 2 things here. First, let's bubble in the 27. But then also there's a little negative thing right there we got to bubble in. And that's our answer.